Okay, so this is my first video ever, probably the last one as well, because I know that nobody's gonna watch it. I don't even know if it's recording well. I'm just here to talk about MMA in English because I gotta prove people that I actually speak English, you know. I'm just doing this so I might get a job as a teacher, as an English teacher. I mean, I've done it before. I don't know if I will do it again. Whatever, dude. And I will be talking. I'm a Brazilian guy who will be talking about Brazilian fighters in MMA events, especially the UFCs, the UFC ones. Okay. And the first one that I will ever talk about is now UFC 303. We have Alex Pereira against Jiri Prochazka 2, and we also have as the co-main event of the evening. We have Diego Lopes taking on short notice against Brian Ortega. Is that his name? Yeah. So, two awesome fights. You know, I will be talking about Ian Machado Gary and MVP as well. We have on this card. We do have some other Brazilian guys like Jean Silva and Vinicius Lockdog, Vinicius Lima, I guess that's his name. Okay, so first of all, don't sleep on Vinicius. He's the first fight of the night, like the first prelims is Vinicius Lockdog against the other guy that I forgot the name of. But like, bro, I just know that Vinicius is gonna KO him. Okay, I'm pretty sure about it because Vinicius is actually awesome. I know he almost lost his fight against Sopaj. I don't know if that's the right way to say his name. A guy from I don't know where, but he was losing the fight because like his game wasn't working out for him. You know, he was frustrated. And then, but when he woke up and he was like, "Bro, I gotta win this fight." He had an awesome knockout, like one of the craziest knockouts I've ever seen before in the UFC, like a flying knee. And Sopaj was dead. I mean, the guy took the fight on short notice, like Sopaj, right? Credit to him. But anyway, bro, I mean, it was don't sleep on Vinicius. He's from Brazil. He's from Rio Grande do Sul, which is a place here in Brazil that has been they've been through a lot, you know, people from there because of the I forgot the name of the thing, whatever. Bro, don't sleep on Vinicius, okay? He's good, and I think he's gonna KO the other guy. I forgot the other guy's name, but he's got like some good grappling, good boxing. But Vinicius is gonna KO him, okay? Next one that I want to talk about is Jean Silva taking on Charles Jourdain, okay? I mean, Charles Jourdain lost to a guy that I forgot the name, but before that he won the fight against Crom Gracie, if I'm not mistaken. But bro, Jean Silva has power in his hands. He's gonna KO the other guy, okay? He's gonna KO Charles Jourdain. I think so, because I mean, he might lose on a decision, but for sure he will at least have a like knockdown on the other guy, you know, because he has power in his hands, and I really believe he's one of those prospects in the UFC. Jean Silva, bro, don't sleep on him as well. I mean, this card is actually great for us Brazilians, you know, because we do have a lot of Brazilians on this card, especially in the main event. The main card. But bro, Jean Silva, I like his style, and I think he's gonna do great against Charles Jourdain. Okay, next fight that I will be talking about is bro, I mean, I know that I will be talking about Brazilians, and I know Ian Machado Gary is Irish, but bro, he considers himself as a Brazilian person in his heart. You know, he's married to a Brazilian girl. I don't know her name. They have children. He trains here in Brazil. He travels. You know, he comes here. He's training at Chute Boxing with Diego Lima, Charles do Bronx, whatever. And bro, he likes açaí. He likes to travel here in Brazil. I really like him. I think us Brazilians, we actually do like him. I know that a lot of people in the US don't like him because of the stuff with Sean Strickland and Colby Covington. Bro, whatever, it's his personal life with the issues with his wife. I don't care about that, but he's really good. And I will be talking about his fight against MVP because I consider him as a second half Brazilian. I don't know how to say it, but whatever. I like him. So against MVP, right? Michael Venom Page is gonna be his second fight in the UFC. Okay. Okay, bro. I'm driving, so I have to pay attention to the fucking driving things, you know. But it's still recording. So his fight against the first MVP's fight was against Kevin Holland back in UFC 299, right? It was his first fight, and everyone was like, "Whoa!" So the guy's coming from Bellator. He has knockout power. He's unique, like a unique MMA fighter. Like you've never seen someone fight like MVP. You know, his stance is, you know, weird, like karate base. Karate, right? He's a karate guy, kickboxing, you know, has power on his hands, but especially his way to like be a showman. You know, he's a showman. You know, when you see this guy fighting, you're like, bro, I'm glad that I bought the ticket, even if he loses. It's a really great fight. You know, I mean, the fight with Kevin Holland, everyone was expecting him to knock Kevin Holland out, but bro, that's hard, bro. It's Kevin Holland. He's also a good fighter. But he made Kevin Holland look like a fool in the fight because Kevin Holland was like frustrated. He couldn't do his game plan, whatever he was trying to do. You know, it was an okay fight. I mean, of course, it wasn't what the fans were expecting from MVP and Kevin Holland, especially because it wasn't a 5-rounder. I think if it was, maybe Kevin Holland would get KO'd. I don't know, but like it would have to be a co-main event. And I thought that this fight, Ian Garry against MVP, would be the co-main for Alex Pereira and Jiri Prochazka too. Okay, I thought it was gonna be the co-main, but it's not. Whatever. But I also love Diego Lopes as a co-main event. Okay. So yeah, I think, bro. But now talking about the fight, I think Ian Garry he's gonna play the right game, like, to not get KO'd against MVP, because let me tell you something. If you guys remember, the last fight, the last Ian Garry fight was against Geoff Neal, right? Geoff Neal. I don't know how to say his fucking name. Okay, and this last fight against Geoff Neal, I'm gonna say straight up Geoff Neal, whatever. His last fight against Geoff Neal, he just did what he was supposed to do, right? It wasn't the greatest fight I've ever seen, of course. It was kind of like boring because I think he won like the first and the second round, and in the third one he was like, alright, I'm winning, but Geoff Neal has power in his hands, and I'm gonna be just moving around, you know, kicking a little bit and keeping the distance. I don't know, bro. It felt like he knew he had to do that. So I consider Ian Garry, not just because he likes Brazil or whatever, and I'm rooting for him for sure, but I also like MVP as well. But Ian Garry looks to be the smarter fighter. I don't know how to say it, but like, he's smart, bro. He won't play MVP's game. Like he won't get his, like, MVP won't get in his head. He will do everything he has to do. Like, I think it's gonna be a boring fight. If I'm not mistaken, he's training with Damian Maia, so probably he will try to take him down, right? Ian Garry is gonna try to take MVP down, which, bro, I think in his place I would do the same, and probably all of you would do the same. Because let me tell you, bro, if you just try to trade punches with MVP, you're gonna get fucked, right? You're gonna get fucked because he's gonna knock you out, right? You gotta be smarter than him, and you can't let him be on your head, you know? So I think Ian Garry is gonna have like a good decision win. I don't know, and people are gonna hate on him for sure, because people are gonna be like, oh, that was a boring fight, blah 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 blah. But bro, he has to do that, okay? But I think he's gonna win this fight. Okay, so next fight I'm gonna be talking about, I won't talk about the Mayra Shitaira Bueno Silva against, I forgot the other girl's name. Not just because it's a woman fight, but also because I don't know much about Mayra. I watch her fight for sure, and I'll be rooting for her because she's Brazilian, but whatever. Let's talk about Diego Lopes and Brian Ortega. Okay, Brian Ortega, I think, I remember I think it's been a long time since he doesn't fight again. Okay, I mean, first of all, let's talk about Diego Lopes. Diego Lopes is the real deal right now, right? He's the he has the hype train behind him. 3 last fights, he finished the 3 last fights on the first round. Okay, after getting a short notice fight against Evloev, and he lost by a split decision. But a lot of people thought he won. I didn't. I think he lost. But like, bro, it was a great fight, and because of his heart, because of the way he fights, people loved him back on that fight, you know. And I think he's gonna be actually pretty great against Brian Ortega because he's younger, he has more power in his hands. I know that Ortega can't take a fight, he can't take shots, but I think Diego Lopes has a submission ground game, like an awesome ground game, you know, like, bro, he's like always trying to fight the submission. It reminds me of Charles Oliveira, okay?